I'm good.
Okay, we good to go? 6:30, we start the meeting with the pledge.
To the
To the
flag
flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coming, everybody. Yeah. Is the applicant here for the A&Rs or they just?
They, Rouse is in Alaska and Trevor couldn't be here. He did come and talk about it in the office
Just
today.
wants to review them and.
Yep,
sign- do it?
they-
Okay.
They
All right.
made the changes
Okay.
that you asked for.
All right. Review the minutes from last meeting, first thing on the agenda.
You have to share, Frank.
yeah, I don't see a problem.
Oh, good.
I only have an agenda, so I have.
Yeah.
I have. I did it.
Do you have more than one?
No, just the ones that you wanted me to sign.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
I had just set up for me tonight. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah. Supposed to be.
And the guy, that's the guy.
Yeah. Tech. Shortest meetings ever, Dan. Can we beat 13 minutes? We might be able to. Lori hurries up, we can.
All they have to do is.
We'll do Paulie first, you know, he's here, we can just have to. Let's do the minutes real quick. He's just showing right now forward, double.
Oh, he did.
Just cut and dry right now.
That's probably.
Oh, we'll bring it, well, I'll say it, I'll read it, we have this on the table, but. I told the building commissioner, they do need to abide by Templeton's frontage requirements. See, they're gonna be building in Templeton, so where the town's the most stringent, that's what you need to go by. So they'll have to come up with 150 on the other ones that got.
Well, not if he does them separate.
What's that? No, we still have to be, it would have to be 150 frontage cards, because they're gonna be building in Templeton. Whichever laws are most stringent. That's what they go by.
Says even if all of it's in Gardner.
Not if all of them.
What's that?
Any of it.
Even if all of it's in Gardner?
No, if it's all in Gardner, we don't have to say it. It's just that they're planning on building in Templeton on those lots. The majority of the land is in Templeton on those lots,
Oh, okay.
so they still have to abide by our frontage laws.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
What's that? It's 40.
Well, just, you're gonna keep your house. You're gonna keep your house. Keep your house.
Yeah, okay.
I should have finished my sentence too. I didn't give from just to put out.
We could just send it for you, that's what we said.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
These are from the last meeting.
This was, yeah, last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? My discussions I have read, I'm still reading. You guys are comfortable with. Fast, John.
The glasses.
Spiritual, my name's highlighted here.
I use this one, so Kirk can borrow it.
Those aren't picking up.
That's good.
Yes, please.
Motion made second for the minutes of our 8/9/14 meeting. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Okay, the ayes have it. We'll take Mr. Cosentino up here next.
Have all the documentation in the folder.
Yep.
Um,
I've already,
Not that much.
this is all these stickers up at the salvage yard. There is a, what is this? Is this a special permit? Special permit, so public hearing notice. Okay, John, you want to read the public hearing notice?
I can, where is it?
Yeah. Right. Top of the line. Read that out.
To all persons deemed interested, a public hearing will be held on Tuesday, September 28th, 2021 at 6:30 PM before the Templeton Planning Board, acting under the Templeton zoning bylaws, section 300-14B, item 9, for a request made by CONS Garage to consider a special permit in use for 364 Patriots Road for towing, repairs, and Mass State vehicle inspections. All interested parties who wish to be heard shall be heard. All relative documents for review are located in the offices of the Department of Services and are available for viewing at 160 Patriots Road, East Templeton, Massachusetts. For further information, please send your request to. So,
When you gonna?
yeah, so I'm going to remove myself from the board at the comment.
Thanks, John.
We had no emails, no inquiries. and
First of all, I need to take a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion, we open the public hearing.
Seconded,
Second.
seconded, okay. All in favor? Aye, okay. Public hearing's open. Just as John said, it's really, only wants that doing stickers up at the salvage yard up there. He did an addition up there so we could do bigger trucks and whatnot and take them away from down here, removing it from down here. Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. So, does any members have any questions for him?
Can you just explain what's gonna happen?
So we're gonna do everything up to the salvage yard.
All auto repair?
Yep, the building's brand new, grease traps have been put in, everything.
They're gonna be entering and
Waiting rooms.
exiting through the former Pat's property, so it'll be higher up than the lower driveway for better visibility.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, what will happen down here? Nothing?
That's not on the subject though. That's not subject matter tonight. We're only talking about at the yard.
It might be if it's the same operation.
well, it won't be,
And not, Dennis, it's two separate properties.
I understand that.
So right now we're on public hearing for that property.
Right,
The demise of this property has nothing to do with it.
all right.
Thank you. Any other discussion on it? Or any other questions for Paulie in regards to that? To the salvage yard stickers? Anybody in the audience? Mr. Brooks?
Yes, I'm here as a taxpayer and a interested citizen, and I would like to speak in favor of this.
Okay.
Paul's been a good businessman in town, and he's done a good job down here, and I see no reason why he won't be doing a good job up the street.
Duly noted. Any other discussion? Brett? Dennis?
Oh,
Yes.
No.
Bruce, you got?
Just to say, I had no objection to your, what you're planning to do up there. I think that's, a good use of that
Yeah,
area because it probably wouldn't be able
it'll look
to
good.
be used for anything else. So
To make it more residential looking than commercial,
I just
blend
was
in with the rest of
concerned
the
about
houses.
the thing that might go back and forth, but
Yeah,
I
no,
guess that's not really a question.
I'll entertain a motion to. I'll entertain a motion for action on this. Approve. Don, Frank, Dennis, Bruce.
Yes.
Motion to be passed.
Motion been made by Frank to accept it and endorse the permit.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion been made and seconded. Any discussion from the board? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimously. I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public hearing's closed. You all set, Paul? Thank you. All right.
Sure.
Welcome back.
Okay, we got the plans now from
Can I ask a question before Mr. Brooks leaves?
Yep.
The tavern on Route 2A, was that ever on the historical register? The tavern on Route 2A?
The Ames property?
Yes, was that ever on the historical register?
It's not only on the historic register, it is its own historic district. He applied to the Mass Historical Society, Mass Historical Commission, and was granted historic district for that piece of property.
For that particular lot?
Yes,
for the structure. For the structure itself, John, is that what you're talking about?
it's a historical. site.
Yeah, but the structure itself.
The structure.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
That tavern is one of the older buildings in town, and that was documented to be a tavern, and
I think it should be a tavern forever.
the state of Massachusetts accepted that.
So how would the removal of any part of that be effective? Would there have to be?
That would be directed by the Historic Commission, the Mass Historic Commission, not by the local Historic Commission. But it is listed on the National Historic Register.
Okay.
Okay, let's go
Unless you
to,
want to step.
all right, thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Polly.
Thanks. Let's go to the Barkley Enterprises application, which is, that's what we're talking, yeah, that's the ADAS, yeah.
So the packet you have in front of you has the
New plan.
new plan, and it has the new paperwork describing the lots. Cover sheet that I do just has that it's a continuance on it. It is less lots. I believe it's now 6 with 1 for the historical tavern.
We can't see.
Okay, House 11, which is,
Oh, okay. You're talking about
but it's still staying, it's all part of the main. No, you're right, it's separating, it's actually separating from it. Okay. So the main lot would be considered remaining land. And so they paid for 4 lots for it,
They overpaid at this point.
but for 4 lots is what their intention is, right?
Yeah.
So actually the lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, now they're listed, lot 4 is the best, so you can look at it any way you want, there's still 4 lots coming out.
Yeah.
They're looking as the main parcel still being the house lot, but it's not numbered.
They
So,
are petitioning to take down the carriage house.
yeah, the one off to the left is small, yeah, because I guess it's in district there, I don't know, anyways, okay, you want to run down the checklist, John, your checklist?
Identification by plan by name of owner.
Yep, Owner Barkley Enterprises.
Statement of approval under the subdivision control law.
No, right here. It's down bottom.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoning classification and location of the zoning district and boundaries that may lie within the locus of the plan.
Okay, listed zoning district here. Is that already one there or is that village?
I'd have to look at that map.
Or you look, that's village or area one?
I believe it's village, I will go look.
No, it should be, it's not listed.
It's reading now, everything.
No, it says proposed plan.
Oh, agricultural, here it is,
Area
yeah.
one.
Yep, area one, yep, good.
And C.
Number 2 under the notes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, so that's a yes.
In the case of creation of new lots, the remaining land area and frontage of the land ownership of the applicant, if any.
Yes.
So that's the frontage of that lot 4 is in Gardner,
The frontage for remaining land is in Gardner, correct?
right? That's the big parcel here up to the right.
Yep.
Notice of any decisions by the zoning board of appeals,
Not applicable.
name of abutters, they're on there.
Yep.
The distance to the nearest permanent monument. Several.
Yes.
The location of all existing buildings, including setback, side, and rear yard designations.
Yeah,
So you see that house versus house 11?
Yeah.
That's the building, right?
correct.
What's the little thing off to the left that's attached to it?
There's like a little carriage house they call it off
That's
the,
what they're-
the barn, yeah.
The location of any easement or way, public or private, across the land with the designation of same use.
Yeah, it's showing right here, water easement down there, but that's actually, that's in Templeton, yes, it's, yeah, it's a yes, it is listed.
Right there.
Actually, it follows the property line all the way down right here. See the hash mark line? There's an easement coming all the way out to 101. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's on it.
I see it all the way, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where that's where the guy there in Templeton kind of claims to each other up there.
I think so, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
There's 4 copies of Form A, 4 copies of the A and R, description of lot. Would actually overpay.
It's just out of village, it's
It's
out.
already one,
You found it?
we found it on the plan. yeah.
Is there enough frontage, enough width right there, 15 feet or more?
I don't have a,
What's the,
it's a, scale is,
there it is.
1 inch, okay, 1 inch is 100 feet, so that's a half, is there a half inch here?
Yeah, by far.
Okay. There's 50 feet there.
Between here, not the dotted line, between the actual.
The actual property line,
The
so,
2 points,
Yeah.
there's an easy, almost an inch there, actually.
see, we're talking, Bruce?
No,
Where it narrows down to closest
Right
point.
here, these 2 points.
We have a bylaw that says you can't, if you're creating a lot, you can't be any narrower than 50 feet at any given point. See where it chokes off right
oh,
there?
okay, okay.
We have a bylaw that says you can't be less than 50 feet. You can't create it less than 50 feet. If it is, it was grandfathered, but if not, we don't allow you to create it.
Yep.
Okay, with that done, the checklist, we good?
Yeah, but yeah, everything's good.
All right,
I question,
We haven't made a motion yet. So,
no, what's that, does?
I question the removal of that shed though. I don't think you can do that, but.
It's up to
Yeah,
the lot line.
Yeah, we're just carving lines. The line can go through the middle of the house, it doesn't go, we're just here to carve the lines. That's building commissioner.
Hmm.
That's building commissioner, that's, you know, when it comes to structures, that's zoning enforcement.
You're not gonna get it title, when you go to purchase this with the building on your property that you don't own. We're just
Right.
making the lot lines.
But the removal of it without getting permission from the state. Yeah, I know that. it's not- But
I will make a note and make sure.
somebody
that
should
they
make a
have
heads
clue.
up on that.
Well, I think Lori just
They
said
do have a clue, but
they're
I'll
petitioning
just do a
to
reminder.
remove it.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept plan as submitted.
So moved.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
Both been made and seconded to accept the plan submitted from Barkley Enterprises, 11 Patriots Road for the 4 lots. Any last discussion on that plan?
I actually have just a quick question.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the Templeton Gardner line.
Yep.
All right, so there's only this tiny little piece right here to Gardner. All this is Templeton.
Yep.
Right, so this is where it intersects right here.
Very point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't, so they're not, you can't circumvent because of the building in Templeton.
The way the state law reads is that being that the lion's share of the land, being that they're gonna be building the homes in Templeton, then they have to go by Templeton's frontage requirements. But in order for them to do that, they're gonna probably losing a lot down there because they were trying to squeeze 3 before.
Yeah. that's
They're gonna
what I
have to
was
turn to 2,
Yeah.
because God is 100, so we need 150 each. I went over that with the building commissioner, just to make sure we were
Yeah.
correct in our assumption
All right,
last
just wanna
week,
make
so,
All right,
at the last meeting, I should say. So that's why they're only bringing these 4, because apparently they have to do that to go to Gardner first anyways. To get the frontage accepted through Gardner.
so once they go to Gardner and get the frontage accepted, these lots,
Say 2 lots, or 150,
Say
as long as they
2
want to be 150s, yeah.
right? So they're gonna be 150s, let's just pretend that they're a
Yeah.
rectangle there. Then they have to come back to us.
Yeah, because we'd have to still endorse the second half of that lot.
Yeah,
double lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just want to see what it ends up like.
Yeah, so, okay, any discussion on the plan? All in favor?
I'm gonna abstain because
Very
I
much.
watching.
Okay. Sign away, because they don't get back to full plans.
And the plans.
And we usually sign them.
I know we always sign the 4 plans, but somebody told me why we sign 4 plans, where do they go?
They go to different offices.
Yeah,
One gets filed with the town clerk, one gets filed with the assessor. We keep one, and one goes to the building commissioner.
but I've always said, why can't we just sign the Mylar and have them spin copies off the Mylar, because that's what they do in the registry.
All right, no, because then I have to run to Staples every time. We don't have a photocopier that'll do it.
I don't do the budget for that either.
Before that,
I don't have a budget for that either.
Our signature costs a lot less than.
is it 1 month? Bruce, we got that plan, we get a sign it. We'll let you practice on that one, Dennis. I'll laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, right, that is going to the wrong date. Wrote the wrong date one time, he's gonna pay for it for the rest of his life, the poor guy.
Okay, and then while we're.
Today,
It's 28, yeah,
29th?
9,
28.
28. Do we need to take a motion to deny last week's plan? Because we did accept it. And we accepted it as far as, we accepted, we took it in as,
It was.
but we have 21 days to act on that plan.
If you want to, yes.
Yeah.
Should be
So I
safe.
would
Yeah.
entertain a motion to deny last week's plan for its inaccurate submittal, I should say. Anybody
So
want-
moved.
Otherwise you get.
And seconded by Charlie. Okay, so all in favor of denying last submittal plan 2 weeks ago?
Aye.
For same property? Aye, okay.
You know, that,
That makes it official that we denied it and endorse this one. Okay.
that's an interesting thing you probably should add to the checklist. Has this plan been submitted before? Because that would remind us to
Yeah.
make sure that we didn't say anything, I don't know.
See, that's why I sit in this chair.
No, I know, but when winter comes and you're down in Florida getting the sun,
Oh,
you're supposed to hear.
oh,
You're
geez,
not
yeah.
supposed to hear. I would not have thought of that. It might
So
be-
they-
So they obviously didn't come back to try and set up another meeting to take care of that in the next 21 days, right?
Well, they did.
No,
This
we
is
have
the-
21 days
This
to
is-
act on.
This is the follow-up, yeah.
And otherwise they get what they call constructive approval, and we didn't act on it before they get it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta kind of stay in toes. It doesn't really happen that often, but
It
if
has
somebody,
happened.
if somebody actually submits a plan, comes in, and we say that's wrong, we can't let them walk away with it, because they legally made an official submittal. So we need to keep it.
Which I
We
have.
made a
yeah.
mistake once, letting somebody walk away with it, and they got it by constructive approval. We were successful at appealing this, appealing it, which is something that the town attorney said they'd never done before, and it worked. Because nowhere in the towns, in the state law, it says you can't appeal a constructive approval. It's still an approval, but this is something we don't need to go down the road again.
I'll
I
actually
think we should
add,
add it to the checklist.
I'll add it to the checklist and I'll add the information to the endorsement letter too.
Just to cover, because I would not have thought of that, because I had the new plans in front of me. I knew it, but I didn't think of canceling or denying the old submission.
And they would have never acted upon it either, I'm assuming, but it was still, hanging out there. It was a submittal that
I
was
think it's a
never,
good question to
that
ask.
was never,
Month. And it would be too late.
Anyways, but I'm just saying, like, when we're acting.
stuff that. Do we have a full board now? Who's coaching? Are you coaching? Who's coaching?
Charlie.
Yeah. Start acting.
I have been all summer.
You want to be
That's all I
half?
went to, but you're not
If
here.
you're half chair, that means you're only sitting there half the amount of time. Joe. I want to talk, I just want to meetings. I blame it on COVID. What everybody else can.
It's not technical, Jimmy.
What can you find?
I abstained.
Oh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're saying, we'll take that stuff.
Sure.
No,
I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
as a duly sworn at member of the board.
No, that makes sense.
Swearing.
Sworn at.
You have no idea.
Do you have a delay button?
Not one of the cameras.
Everybody's at their own charge. Last night, Dennis took my spot, the first line, so. Right. Get the date right, so we're gonna give it to him. 2022, Dennis.
21, isn't it?
Isn't it? He's questioning himself now. The joke is, because Dennis, a couple years ago, he signed a year in advance.
Oh,
He, yeah, why?
Poor Dennis.
I know, it's funny.
One time,
Yeah, one time, never.
That's all
let
it
it go.
takes.
That's all it takes around here.
that and you wanted to save a tree. We don't let him live down.
So the knife was, it was a week or two, but it was a whole year. It was in my lap too.
Who needs?
Need one more? Bruce.
So Bruce, yeah, Bruce is. So,
Nope.
Bruce, you signed my last before too, right?
mhm.
Okay,
Actually, everybody is on the signature card at the registry of deeds. now.
yeah.
We're gonna stay in the same.
All right, any new business that we're here tonight? I think, anybody? You already here's all your stuff.
Have you heard anything else regarding?
Is it been-
Lot?
Oh, Mr. wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't it?
Gardner,
Mr. Gardner,
he hasn't.
the contacted Lori, wanted to know if he could speak to me directly, and I declined, said he can go through the board. For himself. Just let the board know. I'm not gonna speak to him on out of record. But I did have Lori, she's gonna send him an email just stating that if he wants to move forward, I'd still stick with my recommendation. I should think the board was that having him do a traffic study first. Because he has to come through the board through peer review to do it. That'd be my,
Submit it as it is, right? And you just have peer review look at it and tear it apart, right?
he can submit it, but the first thing you do is do a traffic study. So I just did it from a financial,
Yeah.
savings on his part.
Right.
The traffic study is really gonna tell you.
Based on as much feedback that came from the residents that were already there,
Yeah.
you'd absolutely be smart doing a
Yeah,
traffic study
so
first.
I just asked Lori today to just send him an email saying I choose not to speak to him outside of the
Yeah.
meeting. And then, but I still recommend that he request it, he can request it via email to have peer review. We'll give him a quote for traffic study, because they do a third party as well. There is totally independent of all parties involved.
If you look at topograph map on that. There.
Yeah.
There's a very small distance between the houses on the cul-de-sac, Baker Lane and Route 2.
Oh, yeah, it's tight up there. Yeah, there's not a lot of room up there.
Baker Lane is in there, too.
I think the traffic study is really gonna determine a lot, not, then you've got, the peer review from Bingham as well, but traffic study is gonna basically tell you what those roads can handle. And me personally don't believe it's 40 houses,
60.
40 or 60, whatever. I mean,
Even if he brings in that secondary road situation, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah, you're still talking two dead end roads that have terrible sight lines leaving,
Yeah.
but that's what the traffic study is all about.
The outlet was only 15 feet.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll take a motion to adjourn. All right, motion to adjourn, everybody.